Hey, what's up there, infinite beings? This is Caitey, and I'm here to help you unlimit yourselves. So, I wanted to talk about when people drive you crazy. You know, those times when someone comes and cuts you off and you're in traffic and you're just like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And you just have that instantaneous reaction, right? Or there's the people that you just don't really like their energy vibe. You're not feeling them. Maybe they want to be around you, or maybe you just can't tolerate them and you don't like it. And you feel a lot of anger and maybe just like uncomfortableness built up around being around that person. Or maybe someone has done something to royally piss you off. They just drew the line or crossed the line that you drew, just no respect, no idea for whatever your boundaries are, and they've just crossed that line and you're done with it. You're over it. I'm here to tell you that all of that is okay. That when we feel these moments of intense anger or frustration, that's totally fine because it's a human reaction, right? But at the basis of that reaction, at the core, the central part of it is actually love. Now hear me out. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, right? But if we didn't have these reactions, then we wouldn't care. And I was thinking of it earlier as sort of like any one of these people that piss you off, that it's sort of like your family, right? Because we're all spiritually connected. We're all a spiritual family anyway, right? And so even though there's people that you maybe don't like or just don't, or they did, like I said, did you wrong, you don't want to be around them, that doesn't mean that you don't love them. Even when your family member does something to really push your buttons or drive you over to the edge, that you still have love for them. And I know that you maybe might have a defense and say no. I think that, when the core of this is really observed and when you really dig down deep, though, that you can see that what is really there is love, because what's on the other side of that love that brings the anger and the frustration and all of that is fear. Really, it's a fear-based belief, because we're either fearful that they're going to hurt themselves, or they're going to hurt us, or they're going to hurt others, or maybe they have hurt us, and that builds up that fear of wanting to protect ourselves and guard ourselves. And that's okay. We're allowed to do those things. Now, I'm coming from a place of experience. I have had so much anger before. I cut off a family member for 7 years, was just done with it, over it, didn't want to talk to them because their energy was so toxic in my frequency that I was just like, no, done with it. No more, right? But when I looked down into the core center issue of that, I was fearful of the choices that they were making and how it was going to affect them, or how it was going to affect me, and how it was going to affect other people. I still had love for this person. So I challenge you to think about, the people that you're angry with, or that you have resentments with, or that you're frustrated with, and really see what place it's coming from, and see that it could also be a place of understanding and a place of love, even though you're angry with them. Now, like I said at the beginning, it's okay to be angry and frustrated and have all these feelings running through you. In fact, I think it's healthy to be able to express these things, because if we never told anybody how we felt, or we never had feelings of anger or frustration with anybody, then everybody would just be doing whatever the hell they want, and it would be absolute chaos and anarchy, right? But no, we're humans. We set up healthy boundaries, and we tell people when we don't like certain things, and we stop talking to people when we refuse to be treated certain ways anymore. We don't want to, have something affect us anymore. And those things are okay, because what it's doing is giving a reflection for all of us to be able to see how we should act and how we should treat each other and how we should all be. Now, I think that it's important, like I said, for the healthy boundaries, because then we can really truly live authentically. And when we're expressing that full authentic truth, then that allows other people to express their full authentic truth. And we're just sort of teaching each other how we can live to the fullest and do this. One of my favorite quotes that I read in this article about boundary setting was, if someone hadn't set boundaries for me, I would have never known how to set boundaries myself. And that for me is so true, because I grew up in a house with absolutely zero boundaries at all. And so I had to learn what boundaries were later in life. And it was a hard lesson at certain points. But you know what, though? Because people honored their truth and they set those healthy boundaries with me, it helped me to see where I was able to set boundaries for myself, to have self-care and self-love, and really, honor what it was that I was feeling. So, like I said, it's all right to be angry. It's all right to be frustrated, but know that also you could change those things for yourself. You don't have to hold those things within, because I came to a place along my spiritual evolution where I realized that holding those things inside was doing nothing but poisoning me. It was making me resentful and irritated and frustrated in situations that I couldn't control. And when I chose to just honor that I had those feelings, but then release them and let them go, I was able to live a much happier life.